All right, ready to dive into some serious science?
Let's do it.
Today we're tackling enzyme engineering and
We got
some really cool material from cocktail party chemistry.
S1E104, tailor-made biocatalysts.
That's right. Basically how scientists are tweaking those tiny protein machines to do some pretty amazing things. It's like custom-built catalysts for, well,
All sorts of reactions.
all sorts of reactions.
It's like upgrading from a basic toolbox to a whole workshop full of specialized gadgets, but
Yeah.
at a molecular level, we're talking about taking these naturally occurring enzymes and
Okay.
fine-tuning them for specific tasks.
Right, and the episode really gets into how we're doing that. And it's not just random tinkering either. They highlight two main approaches, directed evolution and rational design, each with its own set of strengths and challenges.
Exactly. Directed evolution is kind of like breeding racehorses, but instead of traits like speed,
Right.
we're selecting for enzyme characteristics.
Mhm.
Scientists introduce random mutations into the enzyme's genes and then screen for the ones that perform the desired function best.
So it's a bit of a numbers game.
Yeah.
So we get a lot of variations and see what works. It sounds almost like accelerated evolution happening in a test tube.
That's a good way to put it. It's really sped up natural selection, all thanks to our ability to manipulate genetic material. Now, rational design is a bit more like having a blueprint
Yeah.
and making precise changes.
Okay.
You need a deep understanding of the enzyme structure to make targeted modifications.
Like knowing exactly which amino acids to swap out to get the enzyme to, say, bind to a different molecule or
Exactly.
work at a higher temperature.
Precisely.
Yeah.
That's the elegance of rational design. It's about understanding the intricate relationship between structure and function. It's like a molecular architect
Yeah.
designing the perfect catalyst for a specific job.
They brought up a fascinating example in the episode, lovastatin.
Right.
A cholesterol-lowering drug. It's actually derived from
Yeah.
fungal metabolite. You wouldn't think a fungus would hold the key to fighting heart disease.
This discovery wasn't just about lovastatin itself. It really opened up the field of bioprospecting. Scientists realized that there's a whole world of potential pharmaceuticals hidden within natural organisms.
It makes you wonder what other medicinal treasures are out there just waiting to be uncovered.
And that's where enzyme engineering comes in. We're not just limited to what nature provides. We can take these naturally occurring molecules
Yeah.
and improve them, tailor them to be even more effective and safer.
One of the biggest areas where this is taking off is in pharmaceutical synthesis.
Absolutely. Traditional methods often involve harsh chemicals and multiple steps leading to waste and byproducts.
Right.
Enzyme engineering allows for much cleaner, more efficient processes.
They mentioned chemoenzymatic synthesis, which I thought was really intriguing. This combines chemical and enzymatic steps, sort of like a tag team approach to building complex molecules.
What's remarkable about this technique is its ability to create specific versions of a molecule.
Okay.
Many drugs have mirror image forms called enantiomers, but often only one is therapeutically active.
Okay.
Chemoenzymatic synthesis allows scientists to precisely synthesize a desired enantiomer, increasing efficiency and reducing waste.
So it's not just about making the drug, it's about making the right version of the drug.
Right.
With minimal environmental impact.
Exactly.
That's a win-win.
And it's not just limited to pharmaceuticals. This idea of using enzymes as catalysts is gaining traction in other industries too.
That's where we start to see this bridge between biotechnology and sustainable chemistry, right?
Precisely. We're talking about replacing harsh chemical processes with greener, enzyme-driven alternatives.
Yeah.
Imagine industries like textiles or paper production becoming much more environmentally friendly thanks to engineered enzymes.
From cleaner drug production to eco-friendly manufacturing.
Right.
It seems like these tiny enzymes are poised to make a big impact. I'm curious, what are some other ways that these molecular gadgets are being put to use in the real world?
Well, one area that's already seeing some exciting developments is biofuel production. Traditionally, this process has relied on energy-intensive methods that can produce harmful byproducts,
Oh, okay.
kind of defeating the purpose of a sustainable fuel.
So we're trying to create a cleaner fuel source, but the process itself isn't very clean.
Unfortunately, that's been a challenge, but with enzyme engineering, scientists are developing biocatalysts that can break down plant material more efficiently and under milder conditions,
Okay.
leading to a more sustainable approach.
So it's like we're taking the same raw materials, plant biomass, but using a gentler, more efficient process.
Exactly.
Thanks to these tailored enzymes. Are there other examples of this happening in industries that might surprise people?
The food industry is a big one.
Oh.
You wouldn't think enzymes play such a crucial role in what we eat every day, but they really do.
Right.
For instance, think about cheese making. Traditionally, it involves using rennet, an
Uh-huh.
enzyme derived from the stomachs of calves, to coagulate milk.
Wait, so the cheese I'm eating was made using enzymes from a baby cow?
It's true.
I had no idea.
But as you can imagine, relying on animal-derived enzymes has its limitations, especially when we're talking about ethical concerns and large-scale production.
Right.
Enter enzyme engineering.
So are you telling me that vegan cheese is a product of enzyme engineering?
You got it.
Wow.
Scientists have engineered enzymes that can do the same job as rennet,
Mm-hmm.
but without the ethical concerns and with the ability to be produced sustainably on a large scale.
That's pretty amazing. It's like these tiny enzymes are quietly revolutionizing our diets.
Right.
What other ways are they being used in food production?
Well, think about the texture of bread,
Yeah.
the shelf life of yogurt,
Uh-huh.
or even the sweetness of certain drinks.
Okay.
Enzymes play a role in all of these.
Yeah.
Enzyme engineering is being used to improve these processes, making food production more efficient, sustainable, and even healthier in some cases.
So it's not just about replicating existing processes,
Right.
it's about improving them
Yeah.
and maybe even creating entirely new possibilities.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like we're just scratching the surface of what's possible with enzyme engineering.
You're absolutely right. As our understanding of these molecular machines grows,
Yeah.
so too will our ability to tailor them for specific tasks.
Mm-hmm.
It's a rapidly evolving field with a lot of exciting potential.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really feels like we're at this incredible turning point where we're starting to understand the language of life
Yeah.
at a deeper level and learning to use it to solve real-world problems. It's both exciting and a little bit daunting.
I think that's a good way to put it.
Yeah.
We're entering this new era of biotechnology where the possibilities seem almost limitless,
Right.
but we need to proceed with caution and a sense of responsibility.
You've given our listeners a lot to think about. What's one key takeaway you hope they walk away with after this deep dive into enzyme engineering?
I hope they come away with a sense of wonder about the incredible power and potential of these tiny biological machines. We often take nature for granted, but the more we learn about it,
Yeah.
the more we realize just how intricate and ingenious it truly is.
I think you've definitely sparked that sense of wonder in me and hopefully in our listeners as well. It's been a real eye-opener to explore this world of enzyme engineering and see how it's being used to address some of our biggest challenges in medicine, manufacturing, and sustainability.
It's a testament to human ingenuity and our ability to learn from nature and build upon its brilliance.
I know I'm going to be looking at the world a little differently now, seeing these tiny enzymes at work everywhere. Thanks for joining us on this deep dive. It's been a truly fascinating conversation.
It's been my pleasure. I always enjoy exploring the wonders of science with a curious mind.
And to our listeners, if this deep dive has sparked your curiosity, we encourage you to check out the full episode of Cocktail Party Chemistry that we've been discussing, episode 104 on enzyme engineering. And remember, the world of science is full of fascinating discoveries waiting to be made, so never stop exploring.
It really is like having this incredible toolbox at our disposal. And just like any craftsman, the more we understand our tools, the more intricate and innovative our creations become. We're not just copying nature, we're learning from it and pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
That's a great point. It's like we're taking these fundamental building blocks of life and using them to create solutions to problems we never could have imagined tackling before. And it's not just about mimicking nature, it's about taking inspiration and going a step further.
Exactly. It's like we're learning the language of life and then using that language to write our own story. We're creating new enzymes, ones that don't exist in nature, to perform very specific tasks.
This whole idea of designing enzymes from scratch is mind-blowing. What are some of the areas where you see this leading to breakthroughs in the future?
Well, one area that holds immense promise is personalized medicine. Imagine being able to design an enzyme specifically tailored to an individual's genetic makeup,
Oh, wow.
targeting a disease at its root cause.
So instead of a one-size-fits-all approach to treatment, we could have custom-designed enzyme therapies for each patient.
That's the idea. It's still early days, but the advancements in gene editing technologies like CRISPR are paving the way for this type of personalized approach to medicine. And enzyme engineering is going to play a crucial role in making it a reality.
The source also mentioned the potential for using engineered enzymes to break down plastic waste. That's a problem that feels so overwhelming, but could this be a viable solution?
It's certainly an area of intense research right now. Plastic pollution is a major global challenge, and finding ways to degrade these materials in an environmentally friendly way is a top priority.
What are some of the hurdles scientists are facing in developing these plastic-eating enzymes?
Well, the biggest challenge is the diversity of plastics themselves. Different types of plastics require different enzymes to break them down efficiently. It's not a one enzyme fits all situation.
So it's like trying to find a key for every lock, but there are thousands of different locks, and they're constantly changing.
That's a good analogy. It's a complex problem, but there have been some promising discoveries. Scientists have identified enzymes that can break down certain types of plastics, and they're working on engineering these enzymes to be more efficient and adaptable.
So while we might not have a universal plastic-eating enzyme just yet, there's hope that we can develop a toolbox of enzymes to tackle different types of plastic waste.
Absolutely, it's a long road, but I believe enzyme engineering holds the key to solving this pressing environmental challenge.
I'm starting to see a pattern here. A problem arises, and enzyme engineering offers a potential solution. It's like we're discovering a new superpower, the ability to manipulate these tiny biological machines to address some of humanity's greatest challenges.
And the more we learn about these enzymes, the more we realize just how powerful they are. It's a humbling and exciting field to be a part of.
Speaking of exciting, what are some of the things that you personally find most fascinating about this field? What are the questions that keep you up at night?
One thing that I find particularly intriguing is the potential for engineering enzymes to perform tasks that have no natural equivalent. We're essentially expanding the repertoire of life itself. For example, could we engineer enzymes to capture carbon dioxide from the atmosphere and convert it into useful products, helping to combat climate change?
That would be incredible. We're talking about turning a harmful greenhouse gas into something valuable, all thanks to the power of enzymes.
Exactly. Or what about designing enzymes that can break down toxic pollutants in our soil and water, remediating environments that have been damaged by human activity?
It seems like the possibilities are endless. But as we delve deeper into this realm of almost limitless potential, we also have to consider the ethical implications, right?
Of course, with any powerful technology, there's always a responsibility to use it wisely and ethically. We need to think carefully about the potential unintended consequences of releasing engineered enzymes into the environment.
It's a bit like opening Pandora's box. We need to be aware of the potential risks while also embracing the potential benefits.
Precisely, and that involves having open and honest conversations about these issues, engaging scientists, policymakers, and the public in a dialogue about how to develop and use this technology responsibly.
So it's not just about the science, it's about having a broader societal conversation about the implications of this powerful technology and ensuring it's used for the betterment of humanity and the planet.
Absolutely. We have a responsibility to future generations to ensure that we're using this technology in a way that's sustainable and beneficial in the long run.
This deep dive has certainly opened my eyes to the vast potential of enzyme engineering, but it's also made me realize the importance of proceeding with caution and thoughtful consideration.
It's a powerful tool that can be used for good or for ill. It's up to us to ensure that it's used wisely.
I think our listeners are probably eager to learn more after hearing all of this. Where can they go to dive deeper into the world of enzyme engineering?
Well, I highly recommend checking out the full episode of Cocktail Party Chemistry that we've been discussing, episode 104 on enzyme engineering. It's a great starting point for anyone who wants to understand the basics and get a sense of the excitement surrounding this field.
I'm sure there are tons of other resources out there as well. A quick search online should turn up articles, videos, and even courses on this topic.
Absolutely. And for those who want a more hands-on experience, there are even DIY enzyme engineering kits available.
Wait, you can do enzyme engineering at home?
You can. It's a simplified version, of course, but it's a fun way to learn about the basic principles and see how these tiny machines work firsthand.
That's amazing. It's like taking this complex science and making it accessible to everyone.
And that's really the key. The more people understand about enzyme engineering, the better equipped we'll be as a society to make informed decisions about its development and use. It's a field that has the potential to touch every aspect of our lives, so it's important that we all have a basic understanding of how it works.
I think this episode has done a great job of providing that foundation for our listeners. It's been a fascinating journey into the world of these tiny but incredibly powerful biological machines.
It really is. It's a field that has the potential to touch every aspect of our lives, so it's important that we all kind of have a basic understanding of how it works.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this episode has done a great job of, at least providing that foundation
Right.
for our listeners. It's been a fascinating journey
It really has.
into the world of these tiny but incredibly powerful biological machines.
Yeah, they are incredible, aren't you? I mean, it's just amazing what they can do.
Well, thanks again for joining us.
Oh, thank you for having me. It's been a pleasure.
It's always great to, chat with someone who is so passionate and knowledgeable
Oh, well, thank you.
about this field. And to our listeners out there, if you're intrigued by what you've heard today and you want to delve a little deeper, we highly recommend checking out the full episode of Cocktail Party Chemistry that we've been discussing. It's episode 104 on enzyme engineering. It's a great starting point for anyone who wants to, really get a grasp of the basics and see what all the excitement is about.
And there are so many other great resources out there, too. If you just do a quick search online, you'll find tons of articles and videos, even courses if you want to really get into it.
Yeah, absolutely. And, as always, the world of science is full of fascinating discoveries
It really is.
waiting to be made. So never stop exploring.
Never stop exploring. That's right. Keep that curiosity alive.
All right, that's it for this deep dive into enzyme engineering. We'll catch you next time.